we are often criticized, stigmatized,
Yeah.
demonized, and slandered by the left-wing media
Mm-hmm.
because we have an opinion.
Yes.
And sometimes in our country, it seemed like the left, the liberals, the left-leaning liberals, the ones that's falling off a cliff and
Yeah.
want to take you with them, the radicals, they don't want you to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Right?
And they hate the fact that you go against their narrative.
They hate that you go
Yeah.
against their narrative.
Yeah.
But we have a lot to talk about, starting with Biden and his policies
Uh-huh.
and his regime and what they're doing.
Mm.
And you know, it's starting to look like a script out of Alex Haley Roots, the Next Generation. Because this is looking like a new Jim Crow era was happening here.
I totally agree with you on that. Yeah.
His policies are, it's not liberation, it's straight discrimination as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
And this is discrimination against the American people and against America itself and Americans' businesses.
You know, it's good that you said that. I'm glad that you said that, because when I think about it, I look at how whenever Democrats are in power,
Right.
to me, it feels like they love to leave the American people stuck
Right.
in a state of survival.
Right.
Always. It's like they put all of these different legislations and red tapes in place to keep you stuck in a state of survivor, in a state of panic, in a state of always needing something.
Right. And up under President Trump, it was not like that.
That's right.
People were thriving.
Yes.
Businesses and corporations was thriving too.
Yes.
They made lots and lots of money.
Yes.
But up under Biden stuff, honey, he don't want you. It's like we're going backwards.
Oh.
But I want people to understand that Biden took an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Right.
But it looked like what he's doing is endangering, neglecting, and attacking the Constitution while destroying America from within.
Yeah.
Now, only an enemy wages war on Americans and their businesses.
Come on.
Small businesses.
Yes.
Okay. So now he wants to do this tax hike, which what? Who is it? Who is it waging war against? The middle class.
Yeah.
Businesses.
Yes.
You see what I'm
and
talking about?
Who is it going to benefit?
Who is it going to benefit?
That's right. That's right.
People just need to really understand that. I'm so happy that President Trump, when he found out about Biden's tax hikes, you know, he did, put out a statement.
Yes.
And I want to break down some of the stuff that he said. One of the things that President Trump said was Joe Biden's radical plan to implement the largest tax hike in America's history is a massive giveaway to China.
Oh, come on.
And many other countries that will send thousands of factories, millions of jobs, and trillions of dollars to these competitive nations. The Biden plan will crush American workers and decimate U.S. manufacturing while giving special tax privileges to outsourcers, foreign and giant multinational corporations. Okay? So my thing is, this tax hike is really nothing but a 52 fake out.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Because this is going to hurt businesses, and it's going to send trillions of dollars outside of our country. That's what this is going to do.
You have to be an idiot to want to take care of someone else's house before you take care of your own house.
Right.
I mean, what's going on here? For you to say, okay, you're the president of the United States, it sounds more like you're the president of these other foreign countries.
Okay, you see what I'm talking about? Now, over the summer, you had a lot of business that was decimated.
Yes.
You had a lot of businesses that was closed.
Yes.
You see what businesses burnt down. So why are you pushing this tax hike? Especially, it's going to affect these small businesses.
Yes.
And then what you're doing is you're giving incentives to these corporations to outsource their jobs and leave the American people riding dirty without jobs.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why.
Come on.
Let's do it. Okay? They're going after these different corporations and stuff because somebody got to pay for the pork. The pork ain't for free.
The pork ain't for free.
Somebody got to pay for the pork.
Well, maybe they need to stop eating a lot of pork.
Maybe they do. And spending a lot of American tax dollars.
That's right. So giving these people incentives is really, let me tell you something. this is going to hurt everybody.
Yeah.
You know, you have the people that's not middle class.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to affect me because I don't make over $400,000.
Right.
But I want you all to understand this here. Whenever they're printing money and there's nothing to back that money up, that creates the inflation.
Right.
So something that could cost or used to cost $1 will now go up to $10.
Right.
So if it doesn't affect you right now, it will in the long run. Food costs to go up.
Right.
Gas costs to go up.
Yes.
Things that you normally purchase at a cheap price, all of that stuff will go up. And it still seems like that the corporation's going to be protected because they will have more money in their pocket or an incentive to outsource their jobs.
But isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
You want to penalize American businesses for staying here in America to service Americans, but you want to give an incentive to businesses to send their businesses over to China?
Right. And
that don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And my question is, why is he so anxious to give our country away to China? Because the deal is, what people don't understand, and I used to say this here, a few years back, even before we even got into politics, everything that we own, from the chair we sit in to the pen I'm holding, was probably made in China.
Oh, my goodness.
So you're setting it up for China to own us. And then when you talk about outsourcing, during the midst of this pandemic, remember we had a conversation about our pharmaceuticals being outsourced to China. So now you want to take and outsource jobs to China. And then when we get into a situation, now we have to be dependent upon China. And China can say, well, hey, I don't want to help you all.
But listen to what you just said.
Come on.
They want to outsource our jobs to China, but you want to keep our borders open for people to come in and take what jobs that's here.
Does that make sense?
What about the American people?
Right. And the reason why he's pushing this hike is because he wants these tax dollars to go towards his another stimulus that he's trying to push. He calling this like an infrastructure bill.
$2.5 trillion. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, Biden has been in government position for over 48 years. Now, keep in mind that I'm 50. I know I look good. I'm 50 and looking good, right? That means that he went into the government position when I was 2 years old.
Right.
Around the age of 2, okay? He's never built nothing.
Nothing.
Name me one thing that this man has built. Absolutely nothing. Now he want to talk about infrastructure. $2.5 trillion. Let me tell you some things that's in this bill. $10 billion and to ensure employers are providing jobs without racial discrimination.
Well, how they gonna provide jobs when you are giving incentives to the corporations to outsource the job? How? Duh.
$5 billion. Evidence-based community violence prevention.
How is that gonna help when you want to defund the police that can help the community and keep the crimes at a low level?
And what does that have to do with roads, tunnels, and bridges?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. $20 billion. Neighborhoods advancing racial equality and environmental justice.
How is that helping infrastructure?
And black people, you ain't getting none of this money.
Ain't
not one red cent, not one dime are you getting of this. $400 billion to caregiving jobs.
That don't have anything to do with infrastructure.
Nothing.
So it sounds like somebody want to get a kickback in a paddy wagon, and what they're going to do is just print the money and